Hello and welcome to another episode of Cyrils Brettspiele in a nutshell. My name is Nils and today we are taking a closer look to Drawlab Entertainment's game Mystic ScROLLS and talking about it. What's in the game? There's a bunch of dice in it, customized dice, and they are honestly gorgeous. They are beautiful. They're having a good weight, so it feels really good to have them in your hand. They are chunky enough to have a good feeling on it. That's nice. There's also one D6 and a couple of characters, 4 to be precisely. You have 4 different characters. Each character has 3 spells alongside with the character and one of these plastic beans here to mark their health points. You also have a bunch of other cards called spells. So what is the game all about and what is the story behind the game? The story behind the game is simply there are 4 little magic hints, some little students of a magic school, and they wanted to fight against each other and figure out who is the best magician. To do so, each player gets 5 of his own dice and now trying to prepare his own spells. There will be always one spell in the middle that everybody can use, but you are rolling your dice as fast as you can. You can always place dice on your cards here. As you can see, you need 2 green and 1 blue die here to perform that, things like that, or you simply still rolling, or whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Each single character has a favorite die color, so this one has blue, this one has yellow, that's lightning bolts, this one has green, and so on. And you roll until you hit the right combination you want. Let's say you roll this one here, this 2 blue and 2 green ones, as you can see. Then you place them on here, or if you wish, you place 3 already on there and then continue rolling the other 2 until you finish that. Once you finished one spell, you take immediately and refill your hand up to 5 dice. So you take 4 new dice and roll it again. The game will continue until every single player does so, and the pool of dice is not enough to refill your hand up to 5 dice. Then the game will stop and each single sorcerer will cast his spells against each other. So these spells, for an example, making 1 damage and roll 1 d6 and make damage equal to the number. It's not a d6 in particular, but I will show you that here. Or here, 1, 2, 3 makes 3 damage, 4, 5, 6 makes 6 damage. So it's not a, it is standard dice, but it looks like a cool one with this azure blue color. I like the color a lot. So, and you can also heal with some of these spells here, like this one here. That means roll a die and heal. That's what you're doing. You are healing and casting spells. Later on, whoever accomplishes this one here will get this spell into his spell book. So there's always one spell in the middle. Once you accomplish that, that's only for one person who is collecting all these dice in front of himself or herself and then taking that spell for the next round. For the next round, there will be another one. Maybe you notice this gray symbol here. That is easy. To activate this spell in the middle as a common spell for everybody, you need 5 different ones. But once you have it in your spell book, you only need 2 green, 1 yellow, and 1 purple to do so. So, but always as in my In a Nutshell edition reviews, let's talk about the game, the feeling, my personal experiences with the game. So first of all, I like games like Escape from the Cursed Temple or other high-speed dice rolling games. I really like these games, Tada from Simon and things like that. So that's always a lot of fun to roll as fast as you can your dice and take a look, what do I really need? That's something I really like. I also like this customized dice. I mean, take a look at this quality. That's awesome, really cool. And I like this story as well. So it feels like, oh, that is exactly my cup of tea. So I played it a couple of times with 2 or 3 people, sometimes even with 4, and we started to play. The first experience after 2 games was, hey, why this character is always winning? So we had 2 or 3 games in a row and 2 or 3 times the same character win, even if we changed the player. So it was not that someone is simply rolling faster than the other ones. No, he was or she was always winning. The same character in here. I will not point out right now which, in my experience, is a little bit stronger. I will not. However, there is one particular character I have in mind that is a little bit stronger. So it feels not really balanced. However, that was just my personal experiences out of 5 games with a group. So I'm not 100% sure if that is correct or not. Anyway, so it was also at game 3, it always felt like, oh gosh, it's always the same. You're rolling your dice, rolling. There's nothing new, nothing that involves over the game, nothing that is particular wow coming into play. So you can play it 1 or 2 times as a filler, but after 3 or 4 times you feel like, oh, do I really want to play it again? Because it's always the same, it's always the same setup. The only difference is this cards here, this spell card, but only 1 out of 4 persons gets this extra spell. So it could happen that you start your game with 3 spells and you end your game with your 3 spells over there, and nothing really happened over the course of the game except for you rolled a bunch of dice and you go up and down your life points depending on the character. You're going more up or more down. Some are more healing, some are more damage dealers. So that's all you are doing, and that feels a little bit wowish. So after we played it initial times, a couple of times, we were discussing 2 weeks later what we want to play. And I said, well, do we want to play out Mystic Scrolls again? And everybody said, oh, well, what else is available? And I said, numbers or other quick games, right? Games that are fast. Numbers, Bärenpark, Sechsnim, the game. So there's a bunch of good games, Hanabi, out there that are quick and fast. And also in this same thing, we also put out Escape again, which is 3 or 4 years older, or even Tada, because there's more player interaction and you make those funny things. In this game, you strip off all the fun things out of Escape and Tada and just reduce it to the core, dice rolling, which is sometimes really good. I like that with a card game like, for an example, Hero or Star Realms. I really like that we have a deck builder stripped down to boiled down to the core mechanic deck building. But in this game, you are just rolling dice. That's all you need, all you're doing, and pushing up and down these little beats here. And that is, in my opinion, for a long time, happiness of a game, a long life of a game, definitely not enough. Sorry, Mystic Scrolls and Drawlab Entertainment. It's not coming to the table any longer, because simply it's always the same. Sorry for that. So that was another In a Nutshell episode from Cyrils Brettspiele. My name is Nils, and next time I hope I will find something more interesting for all of you. See you next time. Bye bye.